Oh, it's recording too. Okay. Mike seems to be behaving himself this time. So that's good. Audio is very fucking loud though. Bum 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 boom 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 boom. Hey. Fucking odor. You know what? Music's probably loud because music just is loud. And loud in my fucking ear. Ooh. Hello everyone that's watching the VOD right now. Nobody's in right now, so we're just gonna wait a sec and advertise a little more. Okay. It'll... Ooh, doggy. Bow wow. Some better music. You know, I'll probably never ever play Fire Emblem, but I sure will listen to all the music. Fire Emblem says that. Oh shoot! Hey dude. Sorry, Toddy. I didn't know like which day we were gonna do it, and I figured we just couldn't do it after a point. Now that you're here, though, my dude, do you want something drawn? I'll draw literally anything. Even if it's not in my skill range, I'll give it a go. I'll draw a carrot. Oh, never mind. Oh boy. And now this is the part where I pull out my phone and look up who you just said. Lua Hunter x Hunter. I recognize the anime. The fuck? I'm not offline. You're off. Being a little baby. Look at that little twerp. Look at that little stinker. Oh, here's a good one. All right. Yeah, I got it. That's right. I tell it like it is. Show him who's boss. I'm a strong, independent boy. I don't take no sass from nobody. Jesus Christ. Yeah, sorry. It also helps when I'm not like talking to people while doing drawings because I get distracted easy. You know, though I say that, but sometimes that's simply not the case. So, look, in this moment though, I'd rather just get back into drawing without too many distractions because I have not done this in a very long time, and I feel bad. I feel bad that I haven't done this in a while. He's got like more of like a pointed. What? Hunter x Hunter always had that like kind of 90s aesthetic thing going on. Big pointed chins and like wide jaws. Big monkey ears. Enormous pointy eyes. Mostly just they're pointy. They were so pointy back in like the... I know Hunter x Hunter is a more recent anime, saying the art style. Think of the... Oh, dip. Is this show over? Like, completely? Kind of like how Full Metal Alchemist is technically over. Oh. Oh my god. Here I am saying like, oh gosh, you remember the 90s? The furthest thing from a 90s show. 2011. You know what? Let's draw the eyes before I get... You know, it's funny, before doing this drawing request stream, I was planning on doing it all day, but before doing it, I was over visiting my family while I washed my clothes, and while I was there, my brother came to me and said, hey, could you do a drawing of Solid Snake, but like in this really specific style where he's all shadows and stuff? It's really a beautiful kind of art style. It's not something I made up. It's something that's like really well established and whatnot. And I tried to mimic it, and I actually did a fairly good job imitating it. I have it on my phone. I can't really show it on stream exactly unless I like transfer it from my phone, and that would just be a hassle and a half. But man, sometimes you just do a drawing and you're proud of yourself, and then you go and do a stream that requires you to do more drawings for people. What a world, what a world. Oh! There is a Hunter x Hunter 1990. I'm watching the 2001. 62. Fucking Christ. Alright. I guess it was a 90s show then. Alright. Point for Hayden then. He did. I just want everyone to know, whether it's people in the stream right now or in the VODs, I never get anything wrong ever. I promise you that. Yeah, let's give him a big happy smile. This guy seems like a guy that smiles a lot. Toddy, can you confirm, does this gentleman, Ilua, does he smile a lot? From the look of his picture... with blood dripping down his face, it looks like he smiles a lot. Hey, Sony, what's good? Just drawing anime boys. Yeah, see, so definitely the type of person that that smiles a lot. Get rid of. See if I can draw that type of nose. Schoolwork and pizza salad. Ah, brosif. Every 2,000 girls' dream, dude. Pizza salad. Hey. Aw. Well, that's nice. At least he enjoys someone's company. You know, it's weird. I was looking up, like... That's how the nose looks, right? Hold on. Let me start up like this. Like that. Yeah, alright. That's good. I was looking up, muscle references on Pinterest. And, Pinterest is a very gay site. I don't think that's offensive to say. I'm bisexual myself. And so I have the gay card and I can say Pinterest is a very, very gay site. Very gay. And so when I was just trying to look up like muscle references, I was getting a bunch of extremely gay GIFs from like 1980s and 1990s animes. But one of the animes in particular looked like fucking Mob Psycho. And my first thought was, oh, okay, it's one of those edits. But it wasn't. It was not the edit. Even though it was animated. You could do an animated, like, fan-arty, gify thing, but it was not. So there's a show from 1996 that's called Please Save My Planet. Or something to that effect. Please Save My Planet. And I don't know what the fuck it's about, except presumably saving a planet. But there's a main character in it that looks exactly like Mob from Mob Psycho 100. And I just fucking love that. That is fantastic. And I want to imagine that the person who made Mob Psycho 100, I think his like public entertainer name is just One, but I might be wrong about that. I like to imagine that he watched Please Save My Planet and was subconsciously inspired. Although maybe the point of Mob is to just be kind of bland looking, and maybe the point of a lot of those character designs is to be semi-reminiscent of like 90s anime. Because there isn't a very... I mean, maybe I don't know my shit, but I always thought Mob Psycho looked kind of like an older anime aesthetic. Oh, hey, people showing up. Hey, what's up, Viz? Working in your comic, me boyo? Oh, absolutely. All the muscle references you need is the body I know, right? You know, I've never actually looked up and taken reference shots from the Body Improvement Club. I think you're actually onto something there. God, listen here. The W joined in Underversus sounds. The character exhale looks so much like Kalu, and Jay already found out by others and put in a small reference to that in one of our animations. So Toddy, have you recently picked up Hunter x Hunter, or have you always been like a fan of it? Recently, I heard that Evangelion is on Netflix, and the last time I watched it, I got a very sour impression of it, mostly because it was just overhyped. I'm the absolute worst when you overhype something. If it gets so much goddamn attention, and then I watch it, and then I don't like it, or I don't fall in love with it. I mean, I'm trying to do better, but I become the biggest dinky damn baby about it. And I try to shut my goddamn mouth, but I can't. But anyways, I'm trying to pick up Evangelion again now that it's on Netflix. See if I'll enjoy it a second time, because I know everybody talks it up like crazy. So, trying to come at it again with a fresh perspective. First time around, I don't know, I felt very let down. Like, I wish it was a little more impressive. But some of that could be attributed to the fact that I already knew a lot of the twists, which is a shame. I feel like a lot of people fall into that trap. It's a really nice anime on. No, yeah, my roommate watched all of Hunter x Hunter, I'm pretty sure. Or like most of it. And he really likes it too. I've gotten As far as anime recommendations, it's been like Evangelion, Full Metal Alchemist, which I have watched like half of the original Full Metal Alchemist. I haven't watched Brotherhood yet. And Hunter x Hunter, definitely. And then as far as games, all the Xenoblade games people have recommended, and all the Fire Emblem games people have recommended. Oh, and JoJo, another anime. It's made by Studio Bones, and who knows, maybe one made it in the 90s with a redesign, kinda. Mob Psycho would have been a good style for that fake anime go for a punch, since it would be a good style. Oh, fuck, dog. Yeah. Go for a punch. And someone like, I don't know, with a lot of money, just commission Studio Bones to make Go for a Punch. No, it's not called Go for a Punch. It's called, what was it? Four Sides or something like that. Like, that's the official name. For those that are confused, there's an anime that may or may not exist. A really gory anime out there. That's maybe called Go for a Punch or maybe called Four Sides or something. But basically, it's a really gory anime about these schoolgirls that get trapped inside of a bathroom and eventually end up dead. And its main appeal is that it's really mysterious. Nobody knows where it is, and nobody knows if it even exists. And we were talking in the last stream about Wang, and that was actually the very first Wang video that I ever saw that really sucked me in and made me think like, whoa, this guy's fucking awesome. I want to watch more of his shit. But yeah, I love the concept of Go for a Punch. Or, is it Sashi Sonobashi? That might be it. I just love the concept of that. If I had time, I would definitely be making, like, fan animated GIFs of certain scenes. Probably not the... Amazing eye, Dratty. Amazing eye. You really brought it home. I probably wouldn't make GIFs of all the really gory stuff, although there is a part of me that wants to dabble in drawing gore. Not because it's something I'm super into, but just because I'm not very good at it. And I just want to stretch my skills. Who knows? Maybe I'll implement it into the comic. Oh, and for anyone curious, the prologue is just about to wrap up. I have actually one more page. And I want the page to be kind of a doozy. So it's not coming out tomorrow. Like, I've switched the schedule to Mondays, but it's going to come out when it comes out, basically. So Crybaby Lane, but anime. Sure. It's true, yeah. Hey there, Lasagna Green. Oh, you know what? Fuck. I need to start using that, a request tab. Alright. Killua. That's what I'm doing right now. Killua. Dark Hunter. Pee pee poo poo pee pee poo poo pee poo. Thanks, man. Isekai isn't that bad. It's funny, the dumb. The Mettaton voice actor sounds exactly like, and I wanted him. Aw, Toddy, thank you. You're the best, Broseph. What about a little frown like that? Is that in character? Oh, you know what? I'm putting a lot of, you know what? I'm gonna be accurate to his to the image that I'm looking at right now. He's got big streaks of blood across his face. How old is this little assassin? Is he... Oh, Amber. Thank you. Thank you, Amber. Thank you. 13. Of course he's 13. Of course he's 13. 'Cause anime. Ryoria, Killua, gone. You might as well be saying nonsense to me. Trying to draw this exactly as it looks on the... Little hard. Make it come across as... Maybe this will be the one thing I color. I usually don't color in drawing streams, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, dude, get that ice cream. Leo Rio. Leo Rio. Leo Rio. Leo Rio. Leo Rio. My brain is fucking smoothifying. Don't like Leo Rio. Aw. These names you're throwing at me, they just... I know you guys are having a conversation and I'm inserting myself into it, but it's just amazing to watch this conversation go down, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, Leo Pio has such a crush on Kapukipi. Man, I love when Hakapuku decides to sit on Miki Baka's face. Ah, best scene in the whole anime. 10 out of 10. Would sub again. Does that look like blood? That... Sure, yeah. You know what looks more like blood is like a little streak. And not like that, though. Almost like, yeah. Like, he's like, it looks like nothing. Aw, look at that little dinkus. It's always the first drawing I put the most attention into. Okay, time for the hair. Okie doke. You know, the Fire Emblem soundtrack is pretty good for streams. I can tune it out really easily. And I don't know if that's meant to be a compliment, but as I was saying it, I just thought, God, that sounds mean. It's a great soundtrack. It's great for video game music because I just like it the whole way through. I don't get tired of it so far. But it also isn't distracting like how Banjo-Kazooie is distracting because I love it so much. Alright, so far so good. Hello, big fan. Please draw the famous POGCHAMP from the Twitch anime. Okay. If this is from the Twitch anime series, I'm starting to get suspicious, but look them up. POGCHAMP? Nope, that's real. Yeah, cool. You know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. You're fucking... Yeah, no, yeah. I looked him up. He's great. Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it, yeah. I love him. POGCHAMP. I'm so blind. Of course, dude. No, of course. POGCHAMP. Okay, Toddy. Okay. We'll talk and you can explain it to me. Thank you. Absolutely, my dude. Yeah, no, POGCHAMP. We in it. Nothing to end the day like drawing a kid bleeding. Yeah? I mean, it's the highlight of my day. Oh, wait, this shit. Okay, so hair going every which way. Easy breezy boy. That's another anime I need to watch. Never have. Don't know why. Like, the music sucked me in super hard, and then I had the premise explained to me, and I loved it even more. It's everything I love, and yet I've never looked it up once. I feel like such a dip. Such a doof. Such a Philistine, in fact. Now, here's something about anime hair I'm starting to notice. They have this thing where, and this definitely is like an animation trick. They draw the front, they draw the bangs separate from the rest of the hair. Like, the hair has a front, and then it has a back. And I bet that's so that they can separate motion. If the bangs have like a more exaggerated motion, you put it on a different layer and animate it separately. Although, I just drew the bangs with a really hard line. Separate that a bit better. Better. Aiden Magfest 2021. By the way, I can't believe Gradiwandura is back. It's good and interesting. Oh, wait, grade A under A? Wow. Wow, I've never seen it spelled out as one word. Grade A under A is back? Shit, man. What's he doing? I will admit I fell off the horn with him because he kept doing, like, drama vids for a while. But is he off that? Is he not, like, into that anymore? I imagine he wouldn't be because it's not, like, not even a popular thing to do anymore. An executioner sword? Sure. I could draw a sword. I know I just said that like I've never drawn a sword once in my life. Like, yeah, I could draw a sword. No, but I can. What's the game or the series? Or do you just mean one from a regular medieval times? Oh, okay. Yeah, this seems pretty easy to draw. Looking at the right execution sword. Yeah, executioner sword, look at that shit. Easy, yeah, okay. Easy, fucking easy. Let's see if I can spell executioner right without any help at all from my phone that's not out of view. Looking good. Oh, was he? He was on antidepressants, so finally talks about it. Damn, son. But you know, those things are there for a reason. I know that it also indicates that you're going through a hard time, but hey, you need to take meds to, like, help get yourself through that time, you know? That's your prerogative. There's no shame in that. Though I am interested to hear his whole story. Because I did definitely fall off the horn with him. And I think a lot of other people did too. But if he's come back, hey, that's all I need to know. Hey, got your mofo and ice cream, bro? Hell yeah! Okay, so he's got like this, like, ring. You know, I used to stream on, No, we're not doing it like that. It looks so bad. I used to stream on a site called Picardo, which, you know, some of you are probably, like, totally familiar with. But I had to stop because I kept getting not safe for work requests, and it just got super fucking weird. Yeet. Okay. Okay, I'm done. It's so obnoxious. Aw, look at this little twinkus. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You know, after this, I should play the Chrono Trigger soundtrack. Maybe I should fix that slightly. He is looking a little bit like Jaden from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I won't say it's a bad show, because I barely watched it. I don't know if it's bad or not, but I don't know. It's not that well regarded. You love those random... Thanks, bro. What's that thing in Game Grumps that Aaron was doing when he was like playing a game and he was like I have definitely done that while driving through a parking lot somewhere. Just been like looking for a parking spot going parking spot, parking spot. Oh, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like is his name Jimmy from South Park? The boy that has cerebral palsy. When he was trying to sing the Star Spangled Banner. Oh boy. Game rooms are fantastic. Nah, trust me, I only had a couple bites so far. I'm not getting out of hands. No, you know what? It needs to be more random. That's what's getting me. Don't worry, I'll move on. I know I'm being... what's the word? Picky? Not picky, per se. But I'm getting a little scattered over here. There's such a perfect word with this, and I've definitely heard it before. Yeah, whatever. Point is... Don't need to get too technical. The way this man's hair looks. I'm actually really happy whenever because whenever I advertise this stream, I always like put in the description, I will draw your furries. And I don't know how many furries actually follow me on Twitter or whatever. But I'm actually really happy whenever furries do come on the stream and are openly like, yeah, here's my furry, please draw it. Because, I don't know. I like that when I try to advertise something like that, you know, try to actually reach out for a niche market, I actually hit somebody. It's cool. It's a good feeling, good vibe. I give myself my own little mini vibe check whenever I see a furry talking to me. All right. This is. I am just gonna get way too. Word is not fucking picky, but I'm just gonna be that way. So, Tawny, what do you think? Am I done? So good? He's the bestest boy in town. Hey. Perfectionist? Oh, that's not the word. But that's a good word for it. Yeah, perfectionist. I was thinking of some other word. It's something like when someone says, I'm being stingy, or I'm being fickle. I'm being fickle. Sorry that I just clapped right in the mic. I'm being fickle. That's the fucking word. Yeah, I was being fickle with his hair. I'm like, oh, maybe it's not this way, maybe it's that way. All right, yeah. Shit. I'm not trust me. Couple bucks. I love them. Great. Aiden, are you reading the big book of anime again? No. I don't have 7 volumes inside of my closet right now. You can't even see it from there, so no. Not. I hope I can keep that picture so I can use it on my Instagram. Oh, hell yeah. I'll DM it to you. Bye. Yeah. Crop. White. Not too white. Beep, beep, beep. Nice. Oh my god, this is the 21st stream of it. Well, that's heckin' cool. Okay. He goes over here. And next one. Killua out. POGCHAMP. Next. Yeah, I'll send it to you right now. Hey. You like it, Toddy? All right. Next. Hayden, I've never had Wendy's because that shit doesn't exist in my country. What is the best thing on their menu? Best thing on their menu? Probably like... Now I gotta think about their menu. Well, if you like bacon, they have something called the Baconator, and that's pretty good. They do like, if my memory serves, they do a thing where they take bacon and they make like a crisscrossing, like, hashtag pattern over the bacon, but it's a lot of bacon they use, so it's really, like, thick. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, just checking our Yeah, it's a bacon weave type deal. All right, Hog. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna draw him exactly as he looks, and then I'm gonna flip him over so he's looking at Killua. TJC! TJC! What is up, my dude? Water, because I'm already dying. Oh, gosh. Now, my eyes are already killing me, too. What happens when you have a big fucking light shining in your face? Where are my glasses? Where's my fucking glasses? Ooh. Ugh, this stream is not sponsored by Game Grumps because I highly doubt YouTubers can do sponsorship deals like that. But I am wearing some Game Grumps fucking glasses to protect my widow baby precious eyes, baby. What you do? Aiden, don't be a dick. These are really nice glasses. Yeah, no, yeah. It's it'll stop your heart real fucking quick. It'll stop it faster than an emergency brake, but boy does it taste good. Okay. Try this. Looking hot. Pretty good. Yeah. His head's tilted more. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. That one, what's her face? Or his face, excuse me. That dude from Jolly Roger Bay. The frog, bartender. Who's, missing his boyfriend. And so you need to go into, you need to bust out all the teeth of a shark and go inside, and the boyfriend is like this disturbing cross-dressing, like, I'm sure in the 90s it was super okay. I'm talking about Banjo-Tooie, by the way. In the 90s, I'm sure this joke was like super funny and like nobody was offended by it, but by today's standards it's kind of offensive. Just this like terrifying looking cross-dressed fish that's like, oh, my boyfriend needs me, off I go. That being said, though, I really did like Jolly Roger Bay. It's one of my most favorite Banjo-Tooie levels. Just because it's so fucking serene, swimming through the water. And the boss was pretty cool. The swimming controls are not amazing when you're in a panic. But hey, that's nothing new. Bad water controls in an old video game? Mad. Oh yeah. It absolutely does. In fact, I will keep Fire Emblem music on, but Banjo-Tooie, Jolly Roger Lagoon. That was a Jolly Roger Lagoon. You know what? I've never ever drawn a double chin. I always draw like a hard chin line. Now's my moment. Chin really does blend very nicely into his neck, doesn't it? Shit. Dropping my pen everywhere. I'm just so excited to be drawing Pogger. I really do love how his mouth looks. Just a... Fucking Christ. Whoa. Rio Grande. Is that... It's Mexico, right? Rio Grande? Or... I don't know shit about geography. Is it? Is that Mexico? No, wait. Like Pan Pizza? Okay, no, he lives in US, I'm pretty sure. It's interesting that, like, places like Wendy's haven't been introduced to Mexico. It just seems like such a popular brand. But then again, I say that, and Five Guys Burgers and Fries is supposedly exclusive to my area, or at least it was maybe last year. Yeah, TJC, absolutely. I am hurt by your hand. What does that mean, Sonny? No, Rio Grande Valley. Also, TJC, yes, you can request something. Anything that I have 5 slots up there. I know that they're very slowly escaping me, but I got 5 slots up there. Any of those slots that aren't filled by the 2 check marks, like number 1 is, you can fill it. You can request something. I will be making a rules board soon enough, but for now, yeah, that's what we're looking for. Quest is... Wait, dressed as... Ooh. Can you draw Bad Girl from No More Heroes? Sounds cool. Alright, if that's 2 more, then we pause. Bad Girl. Oh, that's fucking cool. Oh, damn, son. Fucking... Oh, you know what? This is Pseudo51. Of course it's... He makes great design. Absolutely, yeah. Aiden dressed as DT. Okay, if you tell me who DT is, I'm on it. DuckTales? What? Atlanta? Oh, hell yeah. Oh. I have a rule where I can deny a request if I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that. Sorry, Sonny. You're great. But, yeah. Gootex. Okay. Who's Gootek? Gootek. Draw Gootex. I am currently drawing Gootex. If that's who we're talking about. Yeah, no, I'm currently drawing Gootex right now. Draw Pickle Hayden. Fine. Yeah, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take that one. Okay, Bad Girl and Pickle Drad. Yeah, I'll take it. Fine. Fine. You know what? It's fine. I'm happy. I'm genuinely happy. Okay. Why is Gootek topical right now? Why am I getting 2 requests in a row for POGCHAMP? Is he making amazing strides right now? If he is, I mean, I hope he is. Seems like a good lad. Oh, no. That lip needs... Oh, it's already great. It's already doing good. There. Oh, okay. All right. You were wise to what I was doing, motherfucker. Listen, I'm not always ahead of the curb, all right? Jesus Christ. Poor boy. Poor man, he's just trying to get by. I can see he's in the process of growing sideburns. Here I am, just drawing him like a psychopath. We got like two different worlds right here. We got beautiful anime boy and actual slug creature. uh. Alright, I need to complete his hair. I am giving him like a hard bald spot. I don't know, his nose is point up like. You know, man, just never drawn a chin like that once in my whole life. Very glad that this is my moment. Right, all these proportions are fucked up. The nose goes down like this. Good, yeah, and then the cheek goes up like so. There we go. That's where his fucking eye is at. Wow. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. Like a sock puppet. It really does. Like that one guy at the bar you're trying desperately not to make eye contact with. Finished my college work, so Hayden is on my big monitor now. Hello. Thank you for bringing me to your big monitor. Much more spacious. I appreciate it. When I work, I need big space. Only the biggest space will do when I'm working. Because I make big mistakes, and everyone needs to see them. Ugh. That's pretty good. It's basically what he looks like to a T. Yeah, that's, yeah. I mean, I'm basically rotoscoping at this point. Why am I being a dick? Why? Ugh, good golly. Good golly. Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Every night I feel my arm and my leg, even my fingertips. The body I've lost, the comrades I've lost. It's like they're all still there. I mean, you feel it too, don't you? You know what? You know what? I kind of love it. This music adds this scene. Aiden, did you deal with that ghost issue in your department, or is that hoe still crying about how much she misses her son? What are you talking about? Was I haunted and I don't remember now? Is that a part of the haunting? Now that I've known that I've been haunted, am I about to, like, be haunted again? That hoe still crying about him. This sounds like familiar, but I don't know. Imagine not feeling anything for a whole year, then you feel it all at that moment that year. What, like, like every step you take, every move you make, every, like, good taste and every, like, cut you've ever had and all that, and it just comes rushing back at once. I don't, like, I feel you would just pass out. Like, you wouldn't even have the chance to react properly. It would just be, like... And if you knew it was coming, I'd probably set myself up. Like, I'd put myself in a room, be like, okay, I'm gonna feel something really bad at the end of the year, so I'm just gonna be in this room that's nice and padded, and it's gonna come any minute now, and... Are you being haunted, or are you haunting? And you did mention that crazy ghost lady in the motel yesterday. A game or animated thing. Did I mention a haunting in a motel? We did talk yesterday, but like... Yeah, that's like... Are you just referencing PT, Viz? Is that all you're doing, is referencing PT? I genuinely don't know what we're talking about. Thank God I'm not listening to Silent Hill music, or else I would start getting scared. Just thinking, oh fuck, what am I not remembering? That is that is like a very real fear, though. The fear of like not knowing. Even if like what you don't remember is something really mundane, like, oh, I don't remember doing this thing in like April of blah blah blah. Just the fact that you don't remember it, though, does kind of put you on edge and make you think like something's wrong. Gives you like a weird wash of anxiety. I don't know. It could be me because I'm just a very anxious person. But like, yeah. If I... What are you talking... You must have been talking to somebody else. I don't know what you're talking about. I think it was a game where a woman asked you something, and if... Oh my god! Yes! Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Okay. Shit. Yeah, the Baba Hotep ghost or whatever. Right. I totally mentioned that yesterday. Ah, it's all coming back to me now. Thank you. It wasn't a motel. It was, you were going back to your dorm house. That was it. It was the Wonton ghost or something like that. Oh, yeah, no. If you panic at all while driving, that's the worst. I used to not be able to drive because I would have panic attacks while driving, which is really scary. I never got in any car accident, though. I'm perfectly fine. That is probably the worst experience I've ever had, hands down. And I've had a hernia in my crotch, and I also had glass jammed in my foot for 3 months. So, yeah. But panic attacks while driving, that's the worst. But back to the Baba Ganoush ghost. Yeah. So, that was a game, a video game, where you... it was sort of like a like interactive story, And it definitely was just set up to scare people. Like, it was definitely made just for like Let's Players to play. It's very short, very, very brief. Basically, you're just a woman, a girl, college student, I think, who's coming back from a long day of taking tests at your college, and you're going back to your dorm. As you're walking to your dorm, you see a woman from afar, and her leg is fucking broken. Like, it looks like someone took a sledgehammer and just pow! Broken. And and you walk up to her and you're like, "Oh my god, miss, are you okay?" It says like, my child, where's my baby? I'm missing my baby." And either you go to her or you try and avoid her, but she talks to you from afar. And I don't think it matters what you say. Like, you could say like, no, there is a right way. So the right way is you say, like, I don't know where your baby is, I don't know. And then she says like, "No, wait, no. There's no way to win this." All right, anyways. You say, "I don't know where your baby is," and actually, I think she might just walk away at that point. But the scary part is if you say, because you have the option, you can say, "Oh, your baby went down that way." Then she'll go, "Oh," and she'll start like walking that way. Then as you try to get to your dorm, text will appear on screen. You can't see her. Text will appear on screen that says, "You lied to me." And then the image flips and you see the body just run towards the camera. Like, she's at the other end of the park, and this body, this corpse-like body with a wiggling leg, just goes boom, 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 and runs towards you, gets so close to the camera, and its head just starts going boom, 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 and like twitching. And then you pass out. You can't ever win with this game. You just pass out, and then you wake up the next morning and you're fine. And you just say like, "Whoa, that was scary. What was that even?" And that's the fucking game. And I played it at like 3 in the goddamn morning back in like 2014 or whatever. It scared the shit out of me. Yeah, yeah. So that's it. That's the story of the Wonton Ghost or whatever it's called. Yeah, no, yeah, it's gonna happen no matter what. I think if you say, "I don't know your baby," then she'll say, "You're lying to me" or something. Or maybe you don't even have a choice and you always say, "Oh, it's over there." But yeah, it's just a short, very Japanesey kind of horror story, and I like it. Yeah, no. Yeah, I try to jam to some music or listen to like Let's Plays or something. Like I said multiple times, I've been watching a lot of Oni plays lately. So that's been my jam salad for a while. Oh, and I guess I should also explain that the scene where she's like running towards the camera is rotoscoped. So the whole game is done through like still images, but for that one specific scene, it's like this rotoscoped image of a mangled body running towards you. So it's all bad. It is just a bad time all around. Very effective. Very scary. I don't know what it's actually called, Wonton Ghost or something. I don't know. Look up spooky, if you're interested, spooky Wonton Ghost or something to that effect. Let's Player game, it's great. Today was wholesome. Oh yeah, the fish game? I think that was it. I had a dream where the grudge lady was under my sheets, and I just asked her, "You come here often?" while doing a sexy pose. Nice. Nice, Caesar. Nice. I think I read a comic about this once. During the part where she rushed up the page, started auto-scrolling. Yo, that's great. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, like you can't... If you take control away from anybody that initially had control... the worst. The worst. The worst. Hatred. Hatred in my heart. Ugh. But it's so effective. I can't deny it's so effective. The thing is, I really do love horror, and there's a part of me that wants to write horror, and I actually have written some horror stuff. But there's another part of me that thinks, wait a minute, I'm a big baby. I don't want to do horror because I'm going to get scared of my own stuff. So I'm at a stalemate with myself where I want to produce horror, but I also don't want to make it because I don't want to be scared. I can be really easily scared sometimes. Is, you know, to varying degrees of, to varying degrees of success. Because some things never scare me. There's so many people at my work that try to scare me, and I don't know why. I think it's just because I'm a scary person in general. I'm like 6'3". I don't smile a lot, at least not when I'm in public. So I often get people trying to, like, psych me out. I just have to assume that's the reason, because no one ever tells me why they do these things. Also, it's usually women that do it, but I'm not going to be too presumptuous. Because back at the bar I used to work at, there was this dude chef who every time I go in the fridge, he'd turn off the fucking lights and scream at the top of his lungs. So, yeah, I don't think it's gender-based. Or I start playing that card. Anyways, I'm done with that. Contour here, so actually more subtle than I realized. Top of the fucking head, I just keep fucking up. I really do love when they made the orchestra version of this. Boom. Na, 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 na. I think his head is dented in. My god, it is deceptively hard to do Pogger for me. Or what's this lad's name? Probably something very handsome. Marcus or Philip. That looks like a... How did I make it a circle? Pedro Ryan? Like a Pedro? Does he? That's good. Like Mario from B&A. Oh, Miro? Does? Is that... Yeah. No, I know who you're thinking of. Like when you wanted to tell the story of Drake getting lost in them woods. Emerald Eye. Thank you for explaining that before I read it, because I would have definitely been lost. Yes, although Emerald Eyes was not meant to be a horror story. It was meant to be more of like a wholesome kind of tale that I just blew out of proportion way too hard. And at this point, now I just feel bad whenever I think of it. It just had a lot of stuff going for it, but it's just too much. Too much shit. And at the same time, it's too much shit, and yet I don't think it's interesting enough. I don't think it's a story worth telling until I've, like, worked out the main plot of Emerald. There was a big issue with it, was the main story itself and the main character didn't really understand where they stood, which is a huge issue. And I did not want to keep on doing a story if I wasn't comfortable with the story existing and such. Anyways, okay. Now let's start getting to... Ooh, doggy dog. Okay. Done. Oh, he looks great when you flip him. Like when you flip all drawings, they look great and there's nothing that needs adjustment. Hey, I actually kind of fixed it. Yeah, anytime you draw something, flip it. Always flip it. I definitely do read comics on Webtoon. I haven't been reading a lot of action comics. But, oh no, he's going in for just a little kid. Just one, though. Yeah, I read a lot of comics on, Webtoons, but haven't read any action comics yet. There aren't any action comics that, like, interest me so far. But, yeah. I read stuff like, My Giant Nerd Boyfriend. That really got me in. I actually want to name some of these. Genuinely. Yeah, My Giant Nerd Boyfriend, As Per Usual, Live With Yourself, which was originally created by Shen, or Blue Chair Comics, although you might know him as the Bike Cuck guy. I also read Blue Chair. I started reading a comic called Down to Earth, but it just was not doing it for me, so stop that. Oh, I also read a comic called Boku no Hero Academia Aizawa Origins, which I highly recommend. Lots of good stuff in there. Art is gorgeous. Plotline is wonderful. And we're about to get into the second chapter, where I know for a fact some especially juicy stuff is about to go. And anybody that is a big fan of My Hero Academia, check it out. It's the origin story of Aizawa, and it's cool. It really is cool. It's an AU that is very different from My Hero Academia, but still has that feeling that the original anime has. I highly recommend it. Highly do. I've been following it for over a year, I'm pretty sure. And it's only been producing good stuff. Aizawa Origins, My Hero Academia. Anyways. Yeah, I also watch something called Of What Remains by Sylvie. Pretty good. And Choke Point, which is, there's only one issue so far. But my boy Mackle NG making a comic called Choke Point. Very fucking cool. It's, I don't know what the story's about yet because it's just begun. But the art is gorgeous. It's kind of got a Ghost in the Shell, hyper detailed drawings of like mechanical bodies and like dark shadows and a grungy aesthetic. I highly recommend it. Choke Point is called. Very good name too. Oh, and The Commander and Frankie, which is like a funny comic. The delivery and all the jokes in it, Commander and Frankie, is really on point. It's just that one's more of like a very funny comic, but I think at this point it is starting to get into a legitimate story. I just haven't gotten there yet. I haven't watched enough of Commander and Frankie to really advertise. Also, I read a comic called Bork, because I love doggos, and I stopped with Lookism. That one is good. Lookism. What's that? POGCHAMP. Done in the turlet. Oh, also, I read a comic called Electric Forest, which is pretty good. I mean, like, if you guys want to go check out Electric Forest at Webtoons or Tapas or Tumblr or DeviantArt, Electric Forest, you know, if you want to check that one out, it's fine, you know, whatever. It's no big deal. You know, if you just want to, it's no big deal. Drawing a sword. Oh, yeah. Yeah, My Giant Nerd Boyfriend is fantastic. Really, really good art and like a really good art aesthetic. Oh, yeah? Yeah. I should keep that in mind, actually, for my comic. Like, remember to do recaps. Because I know for a fact mine is going to be long. Not super long, but just the way that the story's going to go down, there's a lot of elements that need setting up and executing, so it's just going to be... But hey, ain't nothing wrong with a little length, a little cool fucking length. Yes, I did see the animated series of My Giant Boyfriend. You tell me how you feel about it first, and then I'll tell you how I feel about it. Help me bully Amber into watching Demon Slayer, not Goblin Slayer. It's like Dororo, but if the animation and story never degraded. I don't know, Biz. You're gonna have to sell me on Demon Slayer. Like, where's all the screenshots? Where's all the cool gifs? Where is the log line? Like, I don't know what it's about. Maybe I'm still on Amber's side because you're not providing enough information. Although, if you do hook me up with all those things and more, I will absolutely bully the shit out of Amber to watch this incredible, amazing anime and manga. Looks like PBS Kids, but it could have been more. It was okay though. Where's the AMVs with Linkin Park music? Whoa, if it isn't Gluty. Back again, I see. Yeah, no, is better than Deku. Hey, okay, that's piquing my interest. By the way, about Giant Nerd Boyfriend animation, it actually kind of bothered me, because you can totally take like a web comic and make it like a series of interesting short animations. But I get the impression that the person that was writing it did definitely read My Giant Nerd Boyfriend, but didn't really appreciate it the same way. They wrote the main... they wrote Fishball to be a lot more whiny and yelly. The main voice actress made her, like, yell in every single line. It was just so much, ugh. And there was so many situations where, like, the boyfriend just looked like an absolute moron, and the girlfriend was, like, the typical upset rolling her eyes stereotype, which just got so dry by, like, I think the second episode. It's a shame, really, because the reason I like My Giant Nerd Boyfriend is because it's more genuine than that. More real. It feels more like just a real honest couple chilling, maxing. And the fun thing about slice of life comics is that it's a lot like how a book can feel so very personal. You really do get into the head of the writer and kind of pick up on the mood that they're giving off. When you watch the animation, it feels like a completely different mood. It feels like the mood of a person that's lived in California their whole life. And I know I'm like tearing this down, but it genuinely made me feel frustrated. I felt like it was such a wasted opportunity. But that being said, the animation was great. Movement-wise, color-wise, it was fantastic. I don't know how the rest of the webtoon animations go on YouTube. I know they do other ones. I watched like one of them and it wasn't super impressive. They were mostly just tweening panels from the comic, which is really not what you should do. But with My Giant Nerd Boyfriend, they went all out and it looked super impressive. And I'm sure that contributed a lot to the show gaining so much popularity. But yeah, anyways, that's my 2 cents. I really desperately wish that it was written closer to the comic. It feels more like an advertisement than it needed to be. And an advertisement in the worst possible way. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. I've only seen the scene from Demon Slayer. Why that... Oh, boy. Yeah, ain't nobody give a shit what I'm talking about. We're talking about Demon Slayer. I've only really seen the scene from Demon Slayer. Why that guy with... You seen any sailors? Have you seen any sailors around? Brother and sister's story with no incest. Jokes and yes, sadly aside, that's a thing to be happy. And he is just trying to be the best to save her and keep... this is... Yeah. I'm looking for a black car? I respected that. Respect, Sonny. Respect. Yeah, no, I, fucking... Alright. I'm a little sold. I'm a little sold on Demon Slayer. Maybe I'll check it out first, confirm if it's actually good, and then I will bully Amber about it. How's that? This has to go through many channels before we can successfully bully Amber into a corner, but I think we can do it if we work together. By the way, now that we're talking Shenmue, does anyone want me to play some more Shenmue? I know I played a little of it, but now that I'm here and my internet is a lot better, would you guys want to see me maybe wrap up Shenmue and even go and play Shenmue 2? I do at some point want to stream Final Fantasy VII. The original Final Fantasy VII, not the remake. Because I have never, ever beaten that game, believe it or not. I don't even really know the major spoilers. And I have avoided it for years. So I feel like if I'm ever going to play it, I might as well do it for a stream. So that I don't feel like I'm wasting time. mister. Wanna play with me? Let's wrestle! Hey, more Shenmue. I mean, I did bully her into watching Mob Psycho, and that worked out. Yeah, it's true. I'm interested in seeing Shenmue in action. Count me in. Hell yeah, alright. Should finish FF4. Oh, damn. Is that good? FF4. My goodness. That's the thing with the Final Fantasy games is that fans who are dedicated to it will like tell you the plot and they know everything about it. Just the ones that are dedicated to it. But for a lot of people that got into Final Fantasy straight off of either 6 or 7, I imagine they look at games like Final Fantasy 5 to Final Fantasy 1 and just think like, was there a plot? was that a story? What happened in it? What? That being said, though, I do remember the whole roster of fighter, mage, red mage, white mage, or no, excuse me, black mage, white mage, archer, and I think that was the. It's fantastic. Hey. It was my first Final Fantasy, and it was my favorite. 4? Really? Fantastic. You know, it's always your first, isn't it? It's always the first one that you go like, oh, this is the best. My first was Final Fantasy 7, and I never even beat it. I never even... I feel like such a freaky, stinky... Oh, no. Fuck me. Hey. Have you ever played Dishonored? If you like BioShock and or stealth games, you'd love it. I played Dishonored a very long time ago with a friend when it first came out, and I did like it. I was never much into stealth games, but I do see what you mean. We were doing a whole lot of like hiding behind corners and like fucking with people and shit. You know what game I really did like was the original Thief games. We got any love in the chat for Thief games? I didn't play a lot of them, but I did play Thief Deadly Shadows, I think it was called. And I remember really liking that. Just everybody like saying silly ass shit. I want to give this some kind of remix. Celtic magic. Magic runes. Thief is good. I need to get into that series. Beat game? Is it no that Caesar? No. Don't play the English version of Final Fantasy IV. They nerfed the difficulty out of the roof. Oh really? You know what? That makes sense. Because back in the day they didn't handle ports very well, did they? Like, I swear every port I ever heard of from, like, the 90s up until maybe, like, the mid-2000s, almost every port had some, like, goofy nerfing, or they didn't understand what they were porting over, or the language was jank, or the music was mid-eye. Did you hear the story about Dragon Quest and how the music is mid-eye for a lot of the games? The story with that is that the composer for the song is he's a famous composer, and he, for some reason, like, I guess he's just so famous that he owns the rights to all of his songs, even though they're songs for the Dragon Quest games. And so because he owns the rights, he withholds the song rights for the English release. Reason he does that, supposedly, I'm just hearing this by hearsay. Supposedly, the reason he does that is because he is racist. He's withholding the proper music. That's really good music, admittedly. He's a very good composer. Withholding it because he does not like Americans. So, what a guy. And in Japan, they supposedly treat this as just a quirky, silly thing that he does. Like, oh, haha, this composer, he's so famous, but he hates Americans. Ugh, I guess they're not gonna get it. Over here in America, we're just like, but why? Dude, it's so fucking funny. Oh, ho, 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 lol. Ha, 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 Rafflecopter, ha, ha. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Laugh my fucking ass off. Ugh, boy. I mean, you can play the DS version. Oh, okay. DS version is good for... Ugh. I don't get the whole Final Fantasy is too hard for America. Wasn't the whole philosophy of making games back then to make them too hard? Right. I don't know. It might have been some stupid taboo or something, or maybe it was like American marketing teams were thinking, like, maybe American marketing teams use it in test groups, and all the kids just complained and said, like, it's so hard, I can't beat it. And they were like, kids aren't gonna like this game, they're gonna give up or refund it or something. And so they told the Japanese people to refund it. That's just the theory that makes sense to me, but it could be anything. Literally anything. But yeah, I think it's also, especially nowadays when people love when a game is challenging, because we had a big wath of time where all our games were so easy. Did you tell him it's for Canada and he'll give up? White pig go home. Marketing teams are usually full of shit. They are. No, yeah. I'm not even saying they're right. I'm saying that's probably what they were thinking. Ooh. Ah. Here's. Oh. Clearly now the rain is gone. Ooh. 3D version and the DS. Great Owen. Main character Yuri Lowenthal. All the removed oats. Oh, along with full package. Yeah, whenever they nerf games, ports, okay, sometimes I guess. I'll be heading out here. So take care, Viz. Always appreciate when you stop by. Oh yeah, but Um, yeah, I forgot what I was talking. Oh yeah, sometimes with ports to other consoles, I get it because with remakes, usually what people do is they lose the source code, and that was the case with Final Fantasy VII when it was ported to the PC. Didn't have the proper source code. They had a version of Final Fantasy VII that was like older before they did a lot of major bug fix. So now the PC port, the first PC port, Final Fantasy VII, is like the worst port. Dreadful. It has like a million mistakes. Everyone's mouth is open the whole time you're playing it. It sucks. But since then, now the Steam port is better. I don't know if it's the best one. I watched a video all about this. But the Steam port is pretty damn good. It's got a lot of bug fixes. And, of course, because it's on the PC, you can always go and pick up mods. Didn't that happen Silent? It definitely did. Yeah, no, the Silent Hill 2 port. Oh, fuck up. And yes, it's because they did not have the source. Bad time. Bad time. But I mean, honestly, there's been a lot of mods to fix the PC port of Silent Hill 2. Or no. It was an Xbox port of Silent Hill 2. But now there's been mods created. In fact, there's a mod called Silent Hill 2 Definitive Edition. And it's not like they're selling the full game. They just sell you a bunch of packs that you can add into Silent Hill 2 on your PC. And it fixes everything. It like upscales the graphics. It fixes all the cutscenes. It's great. It really is. I've tested it out myself. It still has bugs here and there because adding mods can sometimes mess with other stuff. But for the most part, pretty good. Silent Hill 2 Definitive Edition. I do recommend. I don't know if Silent Hill 2 is on... Oh, yeah. Comics. God, guys. Babies, please, please. Why? Why? Comic Sans. Okay. Bad girl. Bad girl, no more heroes. Finally, I get to draw a grill. Yay! How am I gonna draw? Don't want to draw a full body. Don't want to draw a full body. You know what I am gonna. Not gonna break my fucking back. Oh. Streams in a while. My voice is already cracking. How long have I been streaming? Hour 40. 2 hours, son. This might be a 3-hour stream. Oh, you did? Hell yeah, my dude. No, we'll go back to the fire stuff. It's pretty. Yeah. Oof. I want to rest my ears though, so you guys can enjoy it while I draw. Draw Killer Bean. Okay. Killer Bean. Killer Bean. Whoa. Whoa. Killer bean. That light killer queen. Rounded. Killer bean. Oh, this guy. Oh, I love him. Yeah, I follow this animator on Twitter. Hey. Okay, killer bean. Sure. All right, but first things first. Bad girl. Oh, I think I got a little thing brewing in my stew. So. I've never seen any of the movies all the way through. I've just seen like memes. But I still love it. I love that this guy, for those that don't know, he's the director of the Matrix movie. Specifically the director of the Matrix fight scene. Fight choreography. And he just had this passion project for this Killer Bean movie. And he fucking made it. He made a few of them, in fact, and they're all amazing. Because he's a really good fight choreographer. Makes these silly fucking action scenes with a killer bee. Oh, man. All right. Goes, it goes, it goes, it goes, it goes. Guillotine, yeah. What does that mean? Oh, that was Luigi's man. Oh, it's on YouTube now. I have no excuse. Yeah, I should definitely check that shit out. There we go. Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, yeah. I know what. Wait, no, I don't. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing the way the way like artists will just money aside, like find time, for their own little passion projects and actually make it work. That was the same thing with Treasure Planet. Was the guy who wanted to make Treasure Planet was constantly forced to make. It was two guys. Were constantly forced to make a bunch of Disney films that honestly were pretty good films. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I remember that these two directors were responsible for some pretty good either Disney or DreamWorks animated. But in the back of their head, they always wanted to do a Treasure Planet movie. Finally, when they did it, the studio in charge of it, they were such assholes. They're being if I could plan it, then sure. Yeah, they were these guys, the film producer, such assholes to the two directors that just wanted to make Treasure Planet movie. They made it so they had I think they had very little time to make the movie or something to that effect. Like they weren't given enough time in production, and ads were not played very often. They didn't have a lot of money in marketing, so there weren't a lot of ads. Treasure Planet. When it came out, not enough people really liked it, or ever went to go and see it. But I saw it, and at the time, as a kid, I didn't really care much for it. When I got older, I got a little. I tried to watch it again and was kind of put off by it. I didn't like the wacky robot, but I went and watched it again. I did actually really enjoy it, and I enjoy it more now that I see it's kind of an underdog of a film. But these Oh, is it your favorite? Yo, I'm glad it's your favorite because it really needs some more love. Yeah. I guess there were more ads for it than I thought, but that's what I was told in whatever video I watched. I do remember when it came out, most of my friends didn't think much of it and were just like, oh yeah, that was that one movie. And then that was the end of the thought. My childhood. I'm glad though. I'm glad that it's finally getting the resurgence that. Now, whenever I bring it up, I do hear an overflow of people just saying it was such a great movie. Oh, I love it, and people who know that story will love it 10 times more just because it sucks whenever movie producers try to suck away someone's dream. Sad to say, but that does happen often. But hey, I and remember history. Don't end up like an asshole when you become a movie producer. Moral of the story: don't be an asshole movie producer and make Treasure Planet 2. Come on, guys. Atlantis was also a good one. I don't know why no one talks about that one. I did enjoy Atlantis a lot. All the character designs were... Oh, fair enough. No, yeah, you just game, my dude. I'm just over here drawing. You're grinding, man. No, yeah, the, admittedly, I complain about the robot sidekick in, Treasure Planet, but he doesn't show up till the literal end, and he's not that bad, honestly. Not that bad. He could be 1,000 times worse. In fact, I'm of the rare breed where I actually didn't mind Olaf in Frozen, and it's voiced by the same dude. In fact, it's almost exactly like Olaf. So hey, if you were chill with Olaf in Frozen, then you'll probably be chill with the robot as well. He's just a bit of a doof. He's just a bit of a silly boy, a bit of a silly fiend even. You know what? The bat will overlap. No, you know what? The shoulder. First Disney blood, and I thought it was so cool to fight the dying. Wait, which one? I love Hunchback. Oh, Hunchback of Notre Dame. Black Cauldron. Black Cauldron had 10 minutes cut for being too dark. It ruined. What was cut? Black Cauldron. Really? Did not know that. Josh G. He no good. He was in Grown Ups too. Oh, poor Josh G. I don't know anything about him, but I suddenly feel bad for him. Sorry I brought him up at all. I love Hunchback, but those gargoyles hold back. It's true. Disney films, they just throw in shit to try and like make it more like a kid's film, and it really takes some of the timelessness away from them. Olaf isn't too. I didn't mind him, you know. Hunchback is good, but part 2, at least he gets. I never saw part 2. I was at Walmart and a little girl ran up and hugged a shirt with Olaf on. Aw, that is fucking adorable. Atlantis, the Lost Empire, the old man was stabbed and oh, Atlantis. I don't remember. That was the first movie with the first Disney blood? Huge point of Hunchback is that the story isn't really about them. It's like a side character. Yeah. Story is really, at least as far as I'm concerned, more focused around crazy fucking priest. At least he's the more interesting. But the Hunchback, I mean, they put him at the forefront, and I guess they do a decent enough job. My God. It was very... It's just strange. I don't know what they could have done to make Hunchback of Notre fucking Dame work as a Disney film. Because Disney has a brand, you know, and that brand is, you know, happy, kid-friendly films that are bright and optimistic, and it's like, whether you love it or hate it, that's what they're going for. As artists, I feel like it's okay to just let them do what they want to do, you know, because everyone has the ability to make art like that. People are a bit of sticklers with Disney too, because they make the most films and they kind of set a precedent. I think it's the precedent that's really frustrating. It is annoying that, like, you look back and every animated film has to be like a kid's film. The mainstream audience considers only kids' films appropriate animated. And anything that's like animated and adult will fall under Adult Swim. And sometimes that works and sometimes that doesn't. I think animation gets a bad rep, definitely, but I think there's also been a lot of varying. There's been a lot of like varying genres to come out of animation. I think a lot of beautiful stuff has come from it. And these days, I think people are finally starting to flip the script and treat animation a lot more respect than they do. Sorry, it's a bit of a side tangent. That just occurred to me as I was saying it. Because stuff like Hunchback of Notre Dame definitely wasn't helping. The idea that you would take such a dark story and try and like give it a happy ending is really, really weird. I don't even know where they came up with the idea to do Hunchback of Notre Dame to begin with. Because it's gotta fucking come from something. But yeah. Anyways. I want to talk good direct-to-video sequel. Lion King and a half is almost as good as the first. You're right. I'll be back real quick. I remember liking 1.5. Yeah, when I was a kid, I did actually really like Lion King 1.5. I remember watching it at like a friend's birthday party and just getting oddly sucked into it. Weirdly enough, though, I think, you know, you like it because it's a silly, goofy sequel to a really solid film. And so it almost feels like bonus features. Like, oh, hell yeah, more of this, you know, more of these characters. But I think if I watched it again, I could put on my objective glasses and, okay, well, it is just more of the same. But then again, I wonder if that's even a bad thing. Say it's more of the same. And to consider that a bad thing. What if I say it's just more of the same world and aesthetic? I mean, shouldn't it be? I return, I have garlic bread. Into it, my dude. Weirdest thing I just remembered. Messing your garlic bread. But yeah, Sonny Jim. But yes, Sonny Jim. Oh, I can hear again. La 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 la. That what I need is the best Lion King. You're a kid. Finding Nemo. Puffs. I am not used to these puffs. Ah! Alright, I gotta get to those frills. Gotta go. I'll be in your stream if you're still alive. Hey, peace, Gluty. Peace. I knew a kid with a Finding Nemo 2 DVD in 2007. Now I wish I knew what was that DVD. It might have been like a bonus features or something. Just speculating. I definitely doubt that it was actually a Finding Nemo. Oh, you know, it might have been bootleg, actually. There's a very high chance of that. What's everyone's opinion on Finding Nemo? Is it cool? Wait, no, that's not the question that I want to ask. What's everyone's opinion on Finding Dory? I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not like it. I was severely disappointed watching it. It sucked. Thank you. Yeah. I know it was fake, but it looked weird. Never saw it. Yeah, it's just... it's just, you know? Felt so much like, oh, we gotta make a sequel because people want a sequel. Like, no. These people that want a sequel, they don't actually know what they want. Of course, I can say that, but as movie producers, they're like, well, we gotta make something, and we don't want to, like, risk any original ideas that we aren't really, really certain are going to do, like, amazing. So let's just bank on an original property. We know we're gonna make our money back on that because people are gonna go and watch it. It's true, because I went and watched it. To be fair, I ordered it on DVD later, so I didn't give it to the box office. But still. You see stuff like that, and you see stuff like those live-action remakes, and it does get frustrating just to think how easy it is to take an original property, redo it in like live action or whatever, or make some like choppy sequel, and just say, okay, done. All right, we're done. It's made, movie's made, guaranteed money coming in. Yeah, disgusting. Puts a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah. I think I didn't see those. Didn't see Smosh. Smosh the motherfucking movie. I did. I can make a channel called 5-Second Review and just say it sucks. Go. Watch the movie? Absolutely, it's a thing. They could bring back the bum reviews. True. They are much needed. Do you ever go back and like watch old Nostalgia Critic? I definitely go back and watch old AVG. Grills are giving me agita. I don't even know what agita is, but I've heard people say it before. Bandwagoning fiend. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. How can I even call myself a gamer if I don't even know what agita is? No, I really need to fix that. I don't want to. You can do my Mr. Plinkett impression fighting with Plankton. Or I can do... Be all worth it when you draw Best Girl. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm into it. She's got a good design. I like her whole everything. Or you know what? You know, just try this from a different angle. Yeah, the good old Nostalgia Critic days. I definitely have rewatched a lot of his old videos before. But mostly just for nostalgia's sake. You know what videos I do go back and watch and genuinely enjoy are Spoonie's old review. I've heard the whole story on Spoonie, and it is just such a goddamn shame. The way that like you can rise and fall like that, it's a shame. I'm upset whenever I hear about Spoonie. And I know he's upset too. So that's kind of all he's doing right now is being upset. But yeah, that's why, you know, it's a cautionary tale. Why you gotta take care of yourself. Can't just be Mr. Funny Man all the time. Sometimes you gotta think, hey, need to get smart and be an adult and be responsible about my mental health. But anyways. Spoonie was like really, really great back in the day. And I can still go back and watch a lot of his specifically his riffs, like his Let's Plays and stuff. And they were just fantastic. I loved all of his riffs. Never heard of him. Oh, Spoonie 1 or The Spoonie Experiment. I suggest looking up like his playthrough of Let's Rip on Ripper. That was pretty good. Another really good one was Phantasmagoria, because that was a really popular series he riffed on. I don't know if it's as good as Let's Rip on Ripper, though. I definitely suggest that one more than anything. I only know Spoonie because of I only watch AVGN. Fair enough. I mean, AVGN's classic. AVGN is like really good and also really easy to like recommend to people. Like, there's so many good videos that he makes. You can just pick them. You know, just like, fucking off the top of my head, his entire review of the Castlevania series. Great. Solid. Really fun to watch. His review of a bunch of Dracula games. Amazing. Stands on its own perfectly. So many hilarious jokes in it. Fucking... His Halloween reviews, I love. I thought that shit was amazing. Like, and even how it ends with, like, him getting chased by Michael Myers, and then he's, like, in the garage, he picks up a big bag of shit and just throws it at him. It's great. It's honestly really funny. AVGN, to this day, he was one of the very first examples of, like, an internet video game critic personality. And to this day, he's still, I feel, one of the best. And I really love that he inspired so many people, and he's remained so humble about it. He's just a really likable guy. I like to think he's done everything right in his career. He's just remained humble. He's stuck to his guns, stuck to his art, continued to entertain people. I could even say he's entertained multiple generations of people. Whether it was like me in 2007, or it's younger audiences that are into the whole like retro review thing, getting into his videos. And that's an assumption. I don't know if that's actually what goes on, but I like to think that. What's bullshit and how he fixed a drawer. How he fixes his Chex Quest review. Yeah, I did see that. That one was good. Solid. I really loved his recent review of Superman 64, where he goes back and talks about even more stupid shit that was in the game. I love it because his Superman 64 review was really solid and fun, but it was cut way too short. And there's so much to tell about that stupid fucking game. Honestly, I remember all the memes about Superman 64, but what I really love is the backstory and how the creator of the game honestly is not even ashamed of Superman 64 because everyone remembers it and everyone still talks about it. He's like, hey, you know what? Gotta be worth something. Definitely. Yeah, check it out. 5 stars, check it out. Oh boy, dreaded hands. Why did I ever put hands in? You know what? Maybe I should do the face first. Kind of work my way to the hands. A Superman 64 remake? Absolutely. Absolutely. It is necessary. That's what everybody wants. Superman 64 remake. You know what? That bone is. Yeah, there we go. That makes. Oh. So is Linkara good or just a joke? Just look up any of its reviews and decide for yourself. You know what? Here it is. Linkara reviewed comic books. Very few people were reviewing comic books as frequently as he was. He was doing it in a style kind of like Nostalgia Critic. At the time, was a winning formula for success. People loved angry critics that berated stuff that was really easy to berate. The style at the time. That is Linkara. Worked for him. Not gonna say it necessarily continued to work for him over the years. The same way Nostalgia Critic's style didn't really seem to work for him the older he got. Yeah, take that with a grain of salt. Ha la la dee doo dee da dee 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 da doo. But you work? No. Definitely not. If I worked for Linkara, I would have said that out the gate. I would have been honored to work for Linkara now that he's become such a, like, meme. You know what? Here's the other thing about Linkara. He's one of the few, like, critics that actually went through with writing his own story and, like, background and lore and origin and everything. He's the only critic that's ever really gone through with all of that shit and, like, made a whole Linkara the movie. Now, just because he made it does not mean it's good, though. but boy howdy did he make it. And it was funded by his fans, and his fans loved it, and they thought it was fucking great, and la-di-da-di-doo-di-da. Boy, it sure does exist. Anyways. Yes, MX Comics. Sure do. You know, I'm also timid about making fun of Linkara because I was very close to following that exact same path. When I was a young artist, I really did want to write my own story, and the only thing I knew how to write was myself and my characters. In fact, I even had characters like evil Dradex and stuff like that. It's absolutely true. But my good sense was way stronger than my stupid fucking ideas, and I would tamp those ideas down so goddamn hard. But I would try my best. It was like I was like, it's like I had multiple personality syndrome, where like one day I would wake up and think, it's an amazing idea to write these characters into a story. I have to do it. And then I would get all excited and I write these characters and da 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 da. And then when it came to production time and writing and filming it and like actually doing it, then my brain would click back and I'd think, no, why did I spend all that time writing this shit? It's ridiculous. Nobody's gonna like this. And so I kept going back and forth in this constant limbo. That was what eventually led me to realize, oh, I should just write stories and like produce them and shit, because clearly that's what I want to do. And that's why I make comics instead of game reviews, because it's what I want to do. And, you know, in that respect, I do kind of understand Linkara wanting to constantly produce his own show, because it's like, fine, dude, whatever. You are allowed to produce your own stuff, your own show, your own whatever. That's up to you. That is not for me to decide. It's not good, though. It's not a good show that you're making. So then you are free, or then you are open to be ridiculed. You don't remember Evil Dradex? Good. Okay, you know what? Here's one thing. Did you ever see my Sonic review, where I played Sonic 3D Blast? There's a distinctive moment when I'm talking to Vix and Sledge, and they say like, Psycho and Sophisticate are out getting milkshakes. And I cut them off and I'm like, wait. There's no way that they're out getting milkshakes. I can't even leave this house. And in that moment, you can hear like evil laughter from the next room. So I did introduce Evil Dradex, but I unlisted the video. So there's this really confusing segment where someone is evilly laughing from the next room. And I'm like rubbing my eyes and being like, oh, darn it. It seems that my evil twin has bested me again. But you don't know what the fuck is going on. Because all you hear is like evil laughter. It makes sense if that video was still unlisted, but I'm so glad it's not listed because it's cringy and stupid. Ugh. I am a shadow, true self. No, it's even worse. It's even worse. My evil self was called Zadarj. Now, I bet you'll never guess what Zadarj means. Dradex spelled backwards. Dradex spelled backwards. And Zadarj was the evil twin, and there was this whole fucking story. I still remember the entire story, but I'm not going to go into it now because it's too much of a goddamn mess. But basically, he was just an evil dude. And he imprisoned Dradex in a room that he can never leave and forces him to do game reviews. That's the plot. That's the actual plot of Dradex. That was the setup. I wrote all the characters. When the story first started out, Dradex was just a guy in his room, and Psycho and Sophisticate, if you guys remember them, Psycho and Sophisticate were just two dudes that broke into his house and pretended to be his bestest fans in the whole world, and they loved him and they thought he was so great. But really all they were trying to do was distract him so they could rob him. So, yeah. So Psycho and Sophisticate are actually thieves that wanted to rob Dradex. And then he said, dude, how about instead of robbing me, you just come work for my epic YouTube channel? They said, lol, okay. And that's the backstory of Psycho and Sophisticate. That's why they're there. And that video is not unlisted because that video is not that cringy. Kind of old, but I sure did. And I did the backwards name. We all did that when we were. There was a third one. His name was Annoyance, and he wasn't funny. I hated him, and I got rid of him immediately. I had a backstory going on. I had a story going for a while. This was the very early years of Dradex. Psycho and Sophisticate were just like friends, basically. They all looked like me. Shut up, whatever. And one day, we noticed that Annoyance is missing. And this is where the plot starts. So one day we noticed that Annoyance is missing. No. Story starts here. I do a review of sequels. And I say, oh, sequels are all bad. And then I just name a bunch of bad sequels. It was a great video, 10 out of 10. But at the end of it, I mention Mass Effect the movie. And I freak out and I do the epic, nostalgia critic yelly, whatever. And then the next episode is me locked in my closet because I can't get over how shit the idea of a Mass Effect the movie is. So Psycho, I genuinely enjoyed this video that I made. So Psycho gets a shotgun and he goes to the Mass Effect the movie studio to shoot everybody that's making it. It's really childish and juvenile, but I had so much fun making it. It was a lot of fun. I just walked around my house with a airsoft shotgun pretending to shoot my brother over and over with like really choppy special effects. And my brother and I just thought it was so goddamn fun. I did a Fred has a brother named Ed, and it was crazy. Yeah, we're all entitled to our cringy films that we want to make. Honestly, like, I don't even regret it. That kind of stuff is the exact kind of shit that I want to remember as like a creator. The videos where I just pick up a camera and think, okay, what kind of story can I do? And I was writing what I know. Like, you know, yeah, I think a Mass Effect the movie would be stupid and shitty. So wouldn't it be funny if I had a friend who was just such a psychopath that he just went to the studio and shot everybody and just figured that was like the best solution? Here's the deal, though. I did start making it more convoluted and idiotic. After he goes and tries to shoot the main boss man, he gets stopped by evil Dradex, Zadarj. He gets stopped by Zadarj, and he gets imprisoned. Now, Zadarj imprisons Psycho because he thinks that Psycho is Dradex because they look exactly the same. But they're not. So then fucking Dradex gets out of the closet. He stops freaking out. He talks to Sophisticate, and Sophisticate's like, oh, Psycho still isn't back yet. And it's like, oh my god, well, I guess that we better go then. So, but Sophisticate says, no, I'll just go all by myself, and then he leaves. While this is happening, Dradex does a review of Final Fantasy, and it's a really bad review. But once the review wraps up, Dradex suddenly notices that he's being filmed, and that was a thing I was really kind of proud of as a little plot twist. Dradex suddenly acknowledges that, like, he's in a room being filmed by multiple cameras, and he comes to this realization that like he's like a cartoon character on the internet. It was very meta. I was trying to go for the whole like, I'm not a dude making these videos willingly. I am a part of a world that I can't control. I'm being forced to, not forced, but like, you know how you make a character and the character is separate from me, Hayden, and then Radix, the creation? I was trying to think of it like that. Like, what if my creation, for a brief second, looked into the camera and realized that he was, like, that he was a part of some, like, world that wasn't his own. It is weird and metaphysical. It does not belong in a fucking game review show at all. But that's what I did. Yeah. So he realizes that he's being controlled by a camera, and then he, as soon as he recognizes what's going on, his like eyes flash red. It's a very shitty effect. He gets a headache and he starts getting amnesia again. We've all touched out anime. Touched our anime. The Darge is in our hearts. I had Naruto posters, but never had a waifu, sadly. I did the look at camera and say, "Are you following along?" Nice. No, yeah, but yeah. So anyways, it's kind of fun to talk about this because it's really weird to think about. So Dradix for a brief moment realizes that he's like a fictional character in a world. The thing is though, it's kind of, I could have been onto something kind of cool and metaphysical and like neat. At the very least, something like fun and like I could do some cool visuals with that. But then I ruin it by going back to junky internet logic. So I get a call from the sky, and the person is Ryu from Street Fighter. Now, that's supposed to be a shitty reference to an old video where Ryu from Street Fighter comes into my review and he tries to help me do the review, and then he kills himself at the very end. I really like that review that I did because it was the first time I was working with animation. It was actually drawn, the review where Ryu shows. But I for some reason wanted to reference it again. It's very fanfictiony. It's very stupid. But basically, he shows up and tells me, like, you know, you need to talk to a great deity. His name is Raitar. Names. Oof. And Raitar is... He was supposed to be just me, again, but, like, the whole twist was that the story was going to constantly refer to Raitar as this, like, incredible, amazing deity that was, like, a genius in every way, and, like, he knew everything, but, like, the twist was going to be that it was just regular old me, just dude writing story. The thing is, though, that's really not clever, and that's been done before, so... If that was going to be the amazing twist, it really just was not going to... It was not going to work, and I kind of recognized that immediately. But at the time of making the review, I let it go. I just kept going with the review. So yeah, so I get this intel from Ryu from Street Fighter, and then as I'm recognizing this, and as I'm starting to learn more about myself, the world starts crumbling around me. There's something about, like, every time I learn a new fact, the world crumbles slightly. Or breaks apart because like the logic of the world is crashing or the imagination is crashing. I don't fucking know. And so that happens. And everyone's still with me. Better than if you did a filthy Frank. I guess you could have. You were doing all this and I just questioned who was holding the camera. I like the video of the kids screaming, "I'm not a damn furry," and the dad is watching football. I've never seen that video, but you know what? I like it too. Yeah, okay. So, all that aside, the world starts crumbling around Dradix. He's starting to recognize his own, like, useless purpose in life. And instead of it affecting him, it destroys the world around him. Which was a concept that I thought was like really clever. I don't know if it actually is or not, but fuck it. Let's just say it's clever for now. So as the world is crumbling, we see at the Mass Effect the movie set where Zedarj is at. Zedarj has all his henchmen around, and Sophisticate walks up and he's like, "Hello, I'm here to see Mr. Psycho. Do you have him here?" And then like two big guns like come up and poke at his face. I really like that shot. Then he like, "Oh dear." But then in that moment, because the world is already in the process of crumbling, one of the henchmen gets switched with Dradix because the world is like breaking. So it's like character models are being replaced with different character models. And so Dradix is now there, and then so him and Sophisticate beat up the other henchmen, and then they run through the house. They go and find Sophisticate's cell, which is just my room again, but whatever. I didn't have a lot of houses to work with. They go and find his cell, and inside the cell is Zedarj. And in that moment, Dradix immediately like freaks out, and he's like, "Oh my god, you're my brother, and how are you alive?" And the point was that Dradix somehow knew that his brother was dead. I never wrote far enough to explain that part. But he thought this whole time his brother was dead. And then Zedarj does magic. Zedarj knows magic somehow. I don't know how he knows magic, but Zedarj knows. Dradix is just a regular guy, but Zedarj knows magic, so... Can I say that enough times? Zedarj knows magic. Zedarj knows magic. Zedarj knows magic. Fucking shitty ass shit. So your room prison would fall apart when you would get more info? Yes, basically. Basically, it's like the world that Dradix is in, fictional world, but if he becomes sentient to the idea that he's in a fictional world, it crumbles. It's something to do with like imagination. Like how when you imagine a concept, or no, it's more like a dream. It's like when you start to recognize that it's a dream, you start to wake up. It's that kind of logic. So like, the more Dradix realized that he's inside a world that's like fiction, the more the world would start to crumble and break and the rules would change. And I remembered thinking like, oh, I could totally use that later for like some cool like visual stuff, but I never did. So, oh well. Anyways, so Zedarj uses magic and he blinds all of us, and then we get trapped inside of the very same room that Psycho was already trapped in. And that where Dradix starts. That is where the actual reviews start. So everyone knows, the Dradix segments, the Rayman reviews, all of that happened after all that stupid bullshit. And I never told anybody because I was so ashamed of the shit I made. Oh shit, it's an isekai? What's an isekai? An isekai? What is that? You're right, no, Zedarj knows magic, you're right. I did forget to mention that. I hope everyone remembers that Zedarj knows magic. Zedarj knows magic, Zedarj knows magic, Zedarj knows... So yeah. For anybody that really loved my my Rayman reviews and was like a really big fan of work and stuff, I appreciate it, and I hope that you all appreciate knowing that those reviews came out after I wrote probably the stupidest shit in the whole world. Oh, good golly. After a while, like, I made a couple reviews after that were not very good. But at that point, I wrote a story, and I thought, you know, I'm kind of content with that story. You know, I'm not going to poke Dradix lore. I figured at that point, like, I'm not going to poke any more holes in my own story. I'm just going to do reviews for a while. And if I want to do the plot, I'll do the plot. Like, if I can think of something else to do for the story, then I'll do it. So I do a couple more reviews, and it's not really that great. And then I did a review of Channel Rich Alvarez, and I put in like a funny wizard character. And the funny wizard character was so... I loved him so much because he was such a non sequitur. Basically, I was just like talking. I open up the review and I'm just like, hey guys, good day, good evening. And then just an explosion happens off screen and a wizard shows up. And it was that review where I suddenly realized, like, man, it's a lot more fun to just make up random shit and just have Dradix have to deal with random shit just being thrown at him. And I can write random shit really, really well just because I like that energy and that flow. And so after that, I just wanted every review to just be really wacky, non sequiturs and shit like that. I definitely was influenced by JonTron and stuff, but I don't remember ever thinking like, oh, I have to make reviews exactly like because JonTron does. I was watching a lot of game reviewers back in the day. You know all those animes where normal guys brought into a world based on fantasy RPG and it's isekai. Okay. Sure. You know what? Canonically, the Dradix segments took place in an isekai. This music would be good for when Dradix sees the world falling apart. You're not wrong. You're really not wrong. You know what? Her chin needs to be a little... But yeah, that is the setup for Dradix. And honestly, I like it and I don't. I like the story, but I wish it was for a different person. And maybe someday I'll pick up that concept and put it towards a different character. Because that's what I did with ThoughtCam. ThoughtCam was supposed to have a storyline too. That was the second time that I got very close to ruining a show by putting a story into. But ThoughtCam also ended for different reasons. ThoughtCam did not end because I tried to put a story. But yeah, no. The Dradix segments were super fun. They were a really amazing part of my life. Really glad people still like them and come back. They're very special to me. Especially like the Rayman reviews and stuff. That's when it got fun. When I was doing the storyline, it was like cool. And I loved writing it and like taking it seriously and thinking like, okay, how does this translate to that? What's my character gonna look like? Where's my costume? And like getting the camera and lighting. That's exciting. Dradix segments were just fun. Just pick up a camera and just do shit, you know? Just have fucking fun. What do I want to talk about? Game I haven't played in a long ass time. Rayman. Literally nobody's talking about Rayman. Fucking. Anyways. All that just to say, I was a cringy little 18-year-old. Ugh. But aren't we all? I remember finding your channel for the first time when I was looking for info about Rayman 3. Ah, so you found my Rayman 3 review. The most uninformative review you could have possibly found for Rayman 3. With the Rayman 2 review, I remembered I kind of wanted to be informative. Like, I was like, oh, dude, there's all those stupid ports, and, like, who even wants all those stupid ports? I should talk about that. I should make, like, a little rant about it, because, God, that's so infuriating. Like, because it genuinely made me annoyed when I was trying to, like, decide, okay, which of these Rayman games am I going to play? And I'm just, God, what if there's 300 different versions and, like, half of the games aren't even fucking complete? This is stupid. But with Rayman 3... I just noticed that Rayman 2 did pretty well, and that got me really excited. I was like, fuck, Rayman 3 is just funny. It's just funny, it's just funny, it's just laughs, just jokes, that's it. So the whole thing just opens up with jokes and comedy and laughies. And at the very end, I even make a joke about my last review where I'm like, you thought it was over? Well, you're right! And then it just ends. Whereas with Rayman 2, I kind of I'm just really talk about your stuff that you created. Sometimes it's hard to think like you used to think back then. But also you wonder, like, is this even worth like talking about? Is your creation something more personal that you should think to yourself. But yeah, I'm glad that the Rayman reviews took off and that I got as many opportunities. And now I'm, you know, me, like many creators, bouncing around looking for purpose in our lives, looking for stuff to do. Caddy has definitely found his place for the time being. He's still doing game reviews, and he's still the super funny guy that we've always known him to be. I'm really glad to see that Caddy's still... He's just such a great guy. And when I first discovered him, when he was, like, applying for normal boots. Like, his very first review, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Caddy's first review actually an application boots. And that was, I think, the Ridge Racers. I remember when I first saw that review, I was like, this guy is so fucking funny. Fantastic in every way, my god. He's still funny. Still makes quality things. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. Writing stories is fun. Is Hidden Block still around? No, it is not. You got me to look up the anime where the mom goes to a fantasy. Oh, that's Mars Needs Moms, right? I gotta look it up. Hidden Block? Okay, the website's still there. It's very difficult to load the site. I wonder what that could mean. Love your mom and her 2-hit multi-target combo attack. Am I still working right now? What do you mean? Like, am I still making game reviews? Definitely not. Oh, you mean during the pandemic? I almost forgot. Yes, no, I am still working. I still have a job. Yeah. The job that I work for is like a sign making shop, and we are considered legitimate business, or not legitimate, but like that fancy word that they use, priority or something. Anyways, that's us. That's us. We rule. Essential. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, no, we somehow count as essential. I appreciate it, though. You know, our sign shop does work directly with Amazon, so that's probably why. I appreciate it, though. It does make things a lot easier for me. Currently living in my my own apartment, and fuck, paying for my own shit, doing my taxes, etc. All that good shit. A lot easier when you just have consistent income. My roommate continues to pay rent via his own means. He's collecting like employment and stuff, and looking for another job. Now it's just gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for all of us. I appreciate that I can at least keep my job. Tunnel snakes rule. We're the tunnel. That's us. Rule, rule, rule. Tunnel snake rule. That's us. There's one guy in my area who makes signs that say no mask, no smash. People need beware of dragon road signs to warn. The janitor job is offering shirts that say essential in bold letter. Oh, bro. T-shirt cannon. Them down the hallway. People think that, like, it's a dumb idea until you shoot them with the cannon. And they're not saying anything. Win-win. Okay, that's just bent to craziness. You know, it just doesn't make sense. Angle just not make sense. That's true. Otherwise, I always wanted mask in the US to be a fashion thing. Honestly, like, I need to look for a whole one. You know, I have a Totoro one. In fact, I even used it for a video. It honestly is like a nice looking little fashion thing. Thing is, though, whenever I wear it, like on my beard, it it pokes out a lot. It's a lot better for like people without beards. Ugh. Gosh, oh golly, I hate this. I might call it after this character because I am already feeling really tired. I'll add a couple sweet there because I know character actually has a lot of sweet. Whew. Damn. Hands and like thumbs are like so difficult. Basically the entire bane of my existence. It's true. Yeah. Beards and big noses. Yeah. And I have both a beard and a big nose. Sigh. This is actually... How about this? How about... There we go. There we go. Sorry, I'm so quiet. I'm in the zone. Finger zone. Whenever I need to animate fingers, it's like... It takes years off of my life. There, that's acceptable. It's acceptable. I'll draw the glove, too. I know she wears. Ah. Oh, I definitely am balding. No, don't worry about that. Thanks for the reminder. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm losing my hair. Really slowly, though. So I just started doing this, and working for me. Yeah, I would rather kill myself, but I choose not to kill myself, and instead just animate the fingers. You know what? I'll just settle. It's no, yeah, but that was another thing that kind of got in the way of the Dradix segments. I started realizing I was balding, and that made me really upset to like film myself. That really does hit you, especially when you were a person like me who had like really thick hair for a good chunk of his life. But shit, bro, that just happens to like everybody. Yeah, now these days, I just have this cut and it's doing it for me, you know? I just like it. And honestly, a good chunk of my life, I have always disliked my hair. It has just been a big freaking mess, so I would rather just live with a shaved head forever. But for a while, it really did upset. It'd be a freaky thing. All right. Thank you. I still have it. Around here somewhere. Hold up. shit. What up? The hat. So I asked my dad because he was in Vietnam. I asked him like, "Hey dad, did you wear this when you were at boot camp?" And he very blatantly said, "No, I just bought it from a surplus store." Right, okay. So, like sentimental value. But in that same way, that meant that I could keep. That's nice. Yeah, no, I just kept this hat forever because I just thought it was a really nice little trinket to have. It was really, when I would do the Dradix segments, it was really fun. Be like, oh, fun, like, I actually had I remembered I had a running joke, and I don't know if you ever noticed it, but I had a running joke where I would take my hat off and throw it on the ground, and then in the next shot I would pick my hat up back down, implying that every time I threw my hat, it would go back to my head. But then I just back on my head. Or there would be shots where I throw my hat off, run into the next. Oh, Radgex. Not true. Radgex is actually based on the company that made RuneScape. Jagex Games. Radgex. Jagex. Change the letters around. But over time, I started using the name Dratty because people are able to pronounce that better. So that's sort of been my thing. Dratty. Not to say I want to like disown the Dradix name. Again, Dradix was an important time in my life, but it's just about like getting people to stop bugging me. J Radgex, what does that mean? You know. The teacher gave me a hat. He passed. I wear it with the. Oh, dude. Thanks, son. That's beautiful, man. Really am a perfectionist. I will be wrapping this up soon. Fair warning. When I was a young boy, was cool, yes. I know it's for artistic reasons. You know, you gotta put you gotta put you gotta put detail on the dress. The dress you gotta haha, boobs are. Thank you. Boobs are weird for me. I like them aesthetically, but when they're bare, they one of the only people on sexual reasons. Okay, you know what? I respect that. Everybody's got their things, yo. I try to be really respectful of people's kinks. I don't know if I've really like ever talked about kinks. I always try to be respectful of people that have like weird kinks. I don't have any weird kinks. I'm actually remarkably vanilla. But I know what it's like to be like outed as like being weird because I have like because I get all like nerdy about my interests, and many a memory of being just kind of outed as like, oh Hayden, why do you always talk about anime, or why do you always talk about art and blah blah blah. And so I've translated that over to lots of people, and people online have a lot of weird fetishes. I've often found myself bumping into dudes who talk about their fetishes and they feel like uncomfortable. But I want to encourage them because, you know, you are what you are, and things that you're interested in are a part of you. You shouldn't be ashamed of that, so long as it's not murder. So long as it's not murder. Don't murder. Don't ever kill. Don't ever murder. It's a little PSA. It's a bit of a controversial opinion, but don't ever murder anybody. Fuck me. All right, she's done. She's done. She's done. Done. No, it's Radix Cake Reviews. I don't get it either. I think boobs fill out a silhouette. They do. The same way like a dude's shoulders fill out his silhouette. I like pea hats and snuggles. Hayden, you fucked that up so hard. I like headbands. I like pea hats. Good night. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. High quality screen cap of her? Yeah. Sure. Boom. And in fact, we'll change the background to top. Oh my goodness. Check out those. Check out them Vex. Hell yeah, son. You know, that hand's not looking too. I don't know why. Vaguely into TF. I don't know what TF is, but I hate sex. Sex is just weird and gross to me. You know what? Yeah, I get that. Absolutely. Yeah, no. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the stream and supporting it. Oh. That is it. That's it for the stream, dog. No, it's chill, dog. Whatever, like, you want to, yeah, I mean, it's not my place to be making such judgment call. What, it's Gluty's birthday? Fucking dog. Did I do yours? Was yours this? I really hope that I did get to yours, Gluty. Happy fucking birthday, my dude. That's fantastic. Hell yeah. Happy 18th birthday, too. That's, I mean, yeah. Adulthood and shit. I said something earlier. Oh, fuck, I never even got the killer bean. Yeah. We got work. Can I do it, like, real quick? Shit. Boom. Luckily, Killer Bleen is easy to draw, unlike anime girl. raining bullets. More. Kiss my brown beat ass. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I know what a gun looks like. Good sentence. Oh, you know what's... Yeah, that's what's fun. The eyes, why does... The Veggie Tales of Action Hero. Panicked drawing noises. Probably a thing he would say. Yeah, alright. Woo! Alright. Oh, a bit of a rush job at the end, but I'm glad I did it. Birthday Glooty, my dude. Thank you for watching and for the support. Thank you to everyone watching. Great. Saturday Night Glooty. Yeah. Music and drawing. I like to think Hayden is sweating in the. Oh, this is perfect for drawing. Glad I wasn't listening to it. And everyone. Peace. Later.